here with senior Taylor Grove to preview the 2018 cross-country season. As we record this, it's quickly approaching. So first off, haven't really had a chance to talk to you since the outdoor track season finished in the spring. Just how was it this year? How did that feel to be able to cross the finish line in the marathon and just know that you're able to do something that the previous year you weren't able to do?
Yeah, that was just really cool. Like, it was a really just fun experience, obviously going to Alabama with the team and then having the opportunity to run again and just always, like, you know, finishing a race that you've never done before, getting a new PR. So it was a really cool experience.
Well, as we talked about too back in the spring, you missed the cross-country season last year. How much have you been looking forward to getting this chance to come back now?
Yeah, it's really good. Like, it definitely feels good this year to be back, like, training with the team, and that was really hard last year, obviously not being able to train at the beginning of the year. So being out there with my teammates and practicing, getting to know all the new people and stuff, that's been really nice this year.
And I'm sure it took a little while to get back to where you wanted to be physically. How would you compare where you are now compared to basically any point in your college career from that standpoint?
I feel like I'm starting out pretty well. Like, the beginning of the summer wasn't quite the training I was hoping to get in, but it started to, like, get better and stuff near the end of the summer. So I feel like I should be hopefully about where I was at the beginning of sophomore year. I don't have last year to compare it to, so.
Well, the last time you did run a cross-country meet as a sophomore, it was the GPAC championships that year, and you finished 31st. What do you feel like your potential is as a senior?
Yeah, it's kind of hard to compare just because I didn't run last year, so it's been a whole, like, 2 years or like with having that year off. But I hope to be back there and hopefully place a little bit better at the GPAC championships and run a little bit of a faster time. So hopefully, yeah. Well,
I believe you've traveled the cross-country nationals when Emily Deshane has made it, right? What would it mean for you to get to that point as a senior?
That would be a really cool experience, just fun, really special, and I know something that I definitely remember and love to have the opportunity to do.
Well, and you saw kind of what your teammates were capable of last year. Quite a few freshmen were on the team, so now they have a year under their belt, and almost everyone is back, I think, except Emily, with maybe another exception or two. But why is that exciting for the program now to have everybody kind of have more experience?
Yeah, I think for freshmen, a lot of it is training throughout the whole year. Like, that's a big difference for a lot of them. And when you do that, you just, like, get in so many more miles, so much more experience, racing all year and stuff. So I think they're ready to, like, step up a little bit more with the season, and they know what it's like and stuff. So they're ready to, like, kind of give a little bit more and, like, have that potential to help our team out a lot more. So it's nice to have a lot of people back because I think it will help our team do better at the conference level.
I'm sure there's a kind of a different feeling too now that you've had the same coach for a couple of years. How has that kind of progressed with that comfort level as a team now in your third year with Coach Beisel?
I think just, like, getting to know the, like, training that we're doing a little bit better and trying some new stuff just to see what works and what doesn't, and just having that, like, having the same coach for a few years and getting used to, like, what he does and the kind of workouts that work for the different athletes and stuff.
So with you being a senior now, maybe you're in a position where some of the younger runners look up to you. Is that something weird, or how do you embrace that?
I think, like, for me, like, I guess I like to try to lead by just kind of example. I'm pretty quiet and really used to like running by myself and stuff, but trying to like get somebody to run with and talk to them on a run, just kind of make them feel welcome and stuff while we're out there on the road and stuff. Just doing like an easy run or something, but then just like making sure everybody's comfortable. Really at meets and stuff, like if anybody needs help knowing how to like prepare or warm up or anything, and just like encouraging people afterwards. But yeah, I just want to like work hard and show other people that this is what we expect as a cross country team, is showing up to practice, doing the workout, going through the whole thing. And yeah.
Well, a lot of the great Concordia runners that I've had a chance to talk to have talked about how important their preparation is, you know, mentally and physically. What kind of routines do you have before a race, maybe to get your mind right?
Usually just like, honestly, sometimes I try not to think about it too much because that just like makes me nervous, but just like trying to like listen to music to relax like the morning of, and like getting up, eating breakfast, getting all your stuff together, and just like focusing, knowing like what you want to do during your race and focusing on that. Also focusing on your teammates and what they need, how you can help them, and then starting your race.
So the women's team for cross country placed 5th in the GPAC last year. Without you, what do you see the potential being for this squad? And maybe that takes, I know as we record this, you have a alumni race coming up, and maybe it takes a few meets to really get a feel for that.
Yeah, I've always like considered, you know, cross country, it's a pretty long season. We're usually racing about every other weekend after the first couple weekends, and a lot of it is like you don't know after the first meet because there's so much improvement that happens from now until the beginning of November, and people switch places all the time, and so where people are at the beginning of the season is definitely changes. So hopefully we'll see some big improvements by GPAC.